everybody. Welcome to our show within a show. It's called At Home in the Hills of Kingswood. I'm Jocelyn White. With me is John Zouzelka. And John, you just came from the hills. What's going on out there? Is fall about to arrive?
Well, Jocelyn, I just came down from there, and it's starting to show, but it's going to be a first cold snap probably within 2 weeks.
Oh,
It'll
wow.
be a great place for us to get together and do a little filming, because we're surrounded by literally thousands of acres of forest ending at Lake Louisville. So it truly is beautiful.
Well, let's see what else is going on at the hills. Here's the 360.
Well, first, Philip Carter and Christian Custom Homes. Truly a spectacular setting that he has there in the hills of Kingswood, and this first home has now been occupied for the last few weeks. And Gold Medal Pools is a spectacular addition to what is a spectacular home.
Well, welcome back. It looks a little different than the last time that we were here. We are so excited how this turned out, just as we planned. When you walk through the front door of the home, you come all the way through the main entry into the family room through these big Fleetwood doors that open all the way up, and the eye takes you right to this. You've got great areas for sunning that you can see out there. We've got those awesome travertine squares with the artificial turf in between. The neat thing about that is those are green year-round. Well, as we go to the back, we have what we call a rain descent. It's one of the neatest features I think you can put on the swimming pool. Tied in with the cabana that we built back there, not only for a shaded seating area for the client, but also for ultimate privacy from the houses behind. What you don't see is, in between the rain descent and the swim-up bar, there's actually a series of bar stools. So on a hot day, you can sit at the swim-up bar and the rain comes down behind your back. It's not only can you soak in the therapeutic hot tub, have it double as a piece of art, relax on the sunning ledge, enter from the steps over here that come out of the family's game room, or swim laps or play volleyball. There's so many usable spaces around this swimming pool that make it usable year-round.
And one of our newest builders is Mike Jones of Milan Custom Homes. And one of the wonderful things he's doing is he's using Elegante Iron, which is owned by Jenny Sandlin, and they're doing a spectacular job in that first home.
I'm here with Milan Design and Build. Proud to be a part of this amazing home. The home features our Lexington series. Most people are now wanting the clean contemporary lines. We're doing a lot of the Lexington series, which are the divided lights. Some people do want privacy, so they'll select a different type of glass, or they also go with clear glass if they want to showcase the beauty of the yard or the cabana. This home happens to have an entire wall that we did of the Lexington series. We're seeing a lot of darker tones. We're seeing black, we're seeing pewter. We're not seeing a lot of the more old world copper and gold tones. People are wanting simplicity, but elegance at the same time. The first time I stepped into the home, when it was just being built, when it was just a hollow shell, and you feel amazing to see your work displayed in such a manner. We are just so happy to be here. Elegante takes such pride in the collaboration that we have done with Mike Jones and Milan Design Build. We have a house starting with Mike, and we will see him again at the hills of Kingswood.
And Mike Jones is using Chandler cabinets, truly unprecedented designs, and it'll add tremendous ambiance to Milan Custom Homes.
This is a transitional style house that we talked about before. The transitional, well, we have many different styles in this house. These cabinets here are very transitional. You go in the family room, the cabinet's going to be more contemporary, but that's what makes it transitional. We mix different styles. And then you go in the bathroom, it's a completely different style. There's probably 7 or 8 different cabinet styles in this one house. The owner was looking for something very specific in this house. Every room is different. They had great ideas. And then of course their builder, Mike Jones, it's a pleasure to work with, one of the best in the business. He had a lot of designs, a lot of ideas went into this house. The Chandler cabinets, we've done Kingswood done a good job of keeping up with the trends, also helping set the trends in the DFW area. We do a lot of work in Preston Hollow, Highland Park, Dallas, and those trends, that seems to be where the trend starts. And then it moves north, and you start seeing it in Frisco, and you'll see a lot of stuff in the hills of Kingswood.
And recently we celebrated Milan Custom Homes' lovely, lovely home in Preston Hollow, which is going to look very similar to the one he's building in the hills of Kingswood.
We're in the process now of wrapping up the house. Should be closing here in the next week or two. It's been a long road, but it's been quite enjoyable experience. The house on the outside is, in fitting with the Preston Hollow area, is very French on the outside. It's a lot of stone, wood windows, cast stone. But the difference is when you come through the front door, it's an entirely different house, an entirely different feel. Very transitional, very modern, a lot of light colors. It's just a completely different feel once you come in the front door. The house we're going to be building up in the hills of Kingswood is going to be very similar. What we're trying to do is bring a little bit of Preston Hollow up to Frisco. So the house we're building in Kingswood will be very similar, and that's stone, wood windows, light, airy, transitional on the inside, and I think it's going to be a nice product and a little bit of change for the Frisco area. One of the things we're doing, even though we're going from Preston Hollow up to Frisco, is we're taking all of the same suppliers and subcontractors that we use down here. Chandler Cabinets will be doing our cabinets. Jenny with Elegante Iron will be doing our entryways. And what a lot of the same features we used in this house we'll use up there. We'll be featuring bringing the inside out, focusing on the outside and the pool. All of the inside areas and rooms will have sight lines to the pool and focus on the outside, as well as allowing a lot of the natural light to come in. Milan's very happy and proud to be a part of the hills of Kingswood, and is very excited about building many more homes up there in the future.
And Jay Douglas is going to provide the furnishings for the Ron Davis Custom Homes, and we're very excited about that.
John, I have a confession to make. I have been a fan of Jay Douglas Furnishings for almost as long as I can remember, probably as long as the store has been here. With me is Jay Douglas, or Douglas Bradford as he's known. And Douglas, how long have you been here, and what's the story behind?
We opened our doors in 1989, and this past July we celebrated our 27th anniversary here in the same location.
Now, one of the things I think it's important to mention is this is not just a furniture store.
No, and I really don't consider it a furniture store. Our service here is much more personalized, almost a concierge type service, if you will. You know, we work on all different types of budgets. We may have a $2,500 bed on our floor. We may have a $12,000 bed on our floor. So it's all tailored to each individual customer.
And yet each price point has that Jay Douglas touch.
It does, and then when you shop here with us, you'll be working with me, which is a nice plus, I think, too, to be able to work with the owner.
You just have that feel. I know what I'm going to find when I come in the door.
That's what all our customers say too. It's like they feel like they can come in here, and I call them the jewelry pieces for your home. When I do my buying, I try to buy in a way that the piece itself, it just stands out on its own. It doesn't really need something else to help it stand out. And that's always been my philosophy when I buy. I have to love something before I buy it. I just don't buy something because I think it will market to a broader audience.
How do you think you're going to blend with the Ron Davis home in the hills of Kingswood?
I think it's going to be a wonderful mix for both of us. The house is incredible, and our product will fit into that house just perfect. It's one of those houses that can really go so many different ways. I call it kind of a modern transitional. It's a style that's very popular in the market right now, so we're really excited here at Jay Douglas to be a part of it.
Now, will you take pieces from the store or special order?
For the most part, it'll be special ordered, specific pieces for the home. And then we have a few pieces that we'll probably pull here from our inventory.
Now, whether or not they go in the home, what are some of the pieces that are your personal favorites in the store right now?
Sure. Well, the sectional, for one, is one of our newest pieces in here. Really, really comfortable. The colors pop. Maybe even thinking of using the style in the Davis house.
I always love your lamps, your accessories, because to me that is jewelry.
Right now, probably my favorite accessories or lamps would be a pair of quartz lamps that we have in the showroom.
I know exactly which
Yes, you
ones.
do.
I love them. I tried to get him to make me a deal, but he wouldn't. They are exquisite.
Yeah, they really are. And we have a lot of exclusives in our showroom too. We are the Dallas retailer for Marge Carson Furniture.
Oh, wow.
Which is a wonderful, wonderful line out of Los Angeles. Probably our favorite line to work with. Very broad, fabulous fabrics, fabulous trims. It's a line that you can have a lot of fun with and totally customizable.
Well, I hope you don't mind if I say that combination of old and Hollywood glam is also eye candy.
Eye candy for your home. Yeah.
Jay Douglas, thanks, honey.
Thanks, Jocelyn. Good to see you.
And John, by the way, thanks to Jay Douglas for letting us use this store as our backdrop for the segment today. We appreciate it very much, and we appreciate everything Jay Douglas does, and that's really going to be exciting furniture for the Ron Davis home. What's coming up next month?
Next month, we're going to have the new announcement about what's happening in our, we would call it phase 4. This is going to be a completely different phase again. And we're excited to be able to talk about that when that time comes.
Just more new product, and come on out, see what we're doing at the Hills of Kingswood. As for Sharon Webb at the front gate, she's the lady who makes everything happen. We're at home here in the Hills of Kingswood. We hope you will be too. See you next time. Thanks, John.
Thank you, Jocelyn.